Good morning, Holiday Hill family. Josh here in the youth room trying to stay warm. I miss the days where we lived in Florida. So for today's Throwback Thursday, I want to tell you about a guy by the name of Philip Van Doren Stern. In the 1930s, he wrote a short story called The Greatest Gift, kind of inspired by Ebenezer Scrooge and A Christmas Carol. He went to several publishers. The book didn't fly. And so what he did is he sent it out in Christmas cards to his friends and family. And that's where it took off. And it got into the possession of Cary Grant and RKO Studios. They thought they could take this and turn it into a movie. And Cary Grant, it would be like a vehicle for Cary Grant. It was the idea. But Cary Grant ended up doing another movie, but a guy by the name of Frank Capra ended up taking over the property and ended up taking this idea and what would eventually be called It's a Wonderful Life. Casted Jimmy Stewart, and the movie, total flop. It tanked hard. RKO Studios lost $500,000 in their time, in their money, when this thing came out. The FBI sent a memo about It's a Wonderful Life stating that it was a communist propaganda film because it portrayed bankers as evil and dishonest, and people who were rich and had money were just inherently evil. That's what the FBI said in a memo shortly after this movie came out. All true, by the way. It's a Wonderful Life, to this very day, is rated one of the greatest movies of all time. As I say this, in IMDb has It's a Wonderful Life as one of the top 25 highest rated movies. AFI has it consistently on their top list of top movies. It was canonized in the 1990s in the Library of Congress as a film worth saving and preserving. So what happened between the 1940s and then? Copyright. That's what happened. Because this movie flopped so terribly, the studios neglected to renew the copyright in the 1970s. So local television networks on Christmas Day, who just needed to put something on loop, put It's a Wonderful Life on loop because it was cheap, because it eventually became public domain. And thus, It's a Wonderful Life ingrained itself into the Christmas holiday culture of America, and to this day is considered one of the most beloved Christmas movies of all time. But I want you to remember, when it first came out, it wasn't all that popular. I also want you to remember that the story that inspired it didn't take off in a book form. And there's your lesson for today. Sometimes when we're in the moment of whatever we're doing and experiencing, we don't get our proper appreciation. We don't get our proper recognition, and sometimes people who do wrong don't get their proper comeuppance. Not immediately. Sometimes things take time. A fruit of the Spirit is patience. Long-suffering is another way of putting it. Waiting it out. Staying the course. Taking a deep breath, holding out hope, and holding on a little bit longer. Maybe that's where you are today. So next time you hear about It's a Wonderful Life, or when a bell rings, an angel gets its wings, remember, sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it takes a while for things to come around. Take care. Merry Christmas.